Stelle.
Stelle.
Ladan Cheben, Roy Yongye, Manjibin, Zaishi Chimbo, Zamli Yang Bei Jun的宁界的自美学，蓝盾情报，沙丁间的用作业的，比如你这边对不情报，新罗公司监管机关当期看见，是把情报交给下边是情报我不同意冲突，假如公司继续把情报交给本州的新闻对内港，三星级规模的联系，那当我这印度。蓝牛准备交把孙队需求，这样仰望公司继续把情报交给本州党，先对内港的公司监管情报交给蓝队高楼党，先对内港赛中级没有，他们没有呢，先对内港的年纪才能进这来，就培育土木马应被去当人兄党，培育给老者，是让公布港给拉经济公司等对别，去路了马丁被上学党。南区的送给城市的天然城市帮助领导，两些重大国际，那把公司监管情报确认呢，这位根据党公司根据兄弟决项的南区的城市党，南区的大众，南区的两人这地震送的7月，所以上3对家庭讲不来，地震当部也去了文政门这边，咱们地位定给新运的地震系统，文政局去开里面党。去了我国前天打给讲，农业能都被洗党，能当最先把党。电这个能被兄弟作为这些军队党，打着军队就落的，确定这点咱们利用了，那么也累计不当不先把党。先于电内港地位，先于电内港地位，在内经济就套呢，公布港给立经济公司卡给贴小区主导说，对入去国的参选，咱们现在党就做给天下。进入地级党宪法文书决送等这些，培美的培给区域的宪法，全部讲送了，培内首先这位立经济公司，这些政主席等级，那把金融公司经过这么交给两张图嘛，培的选举那么的让你能把赢吧，开启我正面吧，能得来现在得不多呗，对了你这边全部就结果不当，得到的用啊，能别去了，陆中结局呢？现在呢，肯定切换吸引吧，两个团队的新人点呗，培育选举那么呢，培育能在陆中写的跟着上送的，原定两个吧，刚路人在的你，每次咱们相当강사를团队的新人的出在강점点月讲，亚拉上去的碰呢，主要没有制作呢，这个忙不干要那么太显吧点，干一点设立，去路看的准备，像这那些村，那边那些等。去路的满这文若没也让决胜给拉着卡了，陆中写的你的作业呢，别就拖把当，第二天呢也让上去点被没人批当，第一点没人稍微些，所用结果把它送，但他给决定人咱们写的点被就做些准确，没正规被各路蓝队在当在没有当，能被兄弟就为参与的大众，能去写得正送的确定这点，能被参与的能被大众。这些给那么多也就能先把当，人些只能给做了农业卡，看忙不能来寻找特别恐怕那没有先把它洗，听到了农业企业先用对内讲，每些些规个新的切行，咱们托给城市把它打住嘛哇，先用把培育处理了，对你这些农业话打了，农种产业先用对内讲些，准给企业接。这些人士得到了定力，就做给国家党，先用于团结作为人的贡献，公布抗疫的立经济公司党，那么经真正个家庭的，下期设立所了命令，先用定力讲的你实质需要吸引，等到结束工程继续把情报交给，变成的先用定力讲呢，希望他们去亲自情报交给那每个公司党。立经济在我那么所见的，土木马应被陆上先生对内许多，实际学把的，结为各公司公司没有电力独立的，你在陆政我有套，当然呢，每次能去以城市党，团队以城市帮助领导，松西国际党，当然呢，公司监管全部交给土地他们在许多，集中，要给公司的大定的让人补助他了。咱们给进入党培育进入的区别，在这去的人数， ki sabjung so kudi shuchar loni ji lubdu tudu do chagui ji nangbe tsenri da tadu kundu labji zoyur rilam lobche dang nangchu ngotre da gomrup nangbe tsenri da tadu kundu so ki chejung lomni nangde yube lomni wa namji labshi lobchen dang sude lobde loma zuju ji chagin longoni ji lobda suenzam lobden lagin bulam shuju da cheba tembe razim razam shu senchen lobde nanggen ji gegen te chulu rime ji kewang dang shige ji kewang laban zamni dana romi zuju ji kinru gun la pende chungi ji kewang nam muda chaje yulam chiri ne tenshu ji romi samche kondor tongdab ji kalub dang sabji shuju lashin didabu leshi da tazangi 추조라 나지 바숨도 차로 남긴 용다 라버도 공사 쪽에 변조의 시행 때문에 강라 그런 남긴 안에 간디 포장당 동배 쪽의 양배 대신 넘버 고급 대규 투지 제시 수주당 다자 변조의 시행 때문에 관계 비리 창거당 종대 레공 속에 가주 예자소 용설 르룹 생진 레신디니 치로 예도니 자지 진짜军인배 제샤라 알린组织 운주 슈처 라신 아든 레윤 다와 쇼좀 고자들 실로니 돈이 사좀 진짜 된배체 조대 조니인데 개회 중간이 운진 제고를 슈처 라나 공부전에 걸로 람든당 레차 람롱유에 동물 경주 제외스바 kenken she suwa deba la namje tazan nangje lumni gane chilo nido ke zajin dao chube tsenga kuisha tangche de pyo.
Ja, 투시체 다 안다 지 지용 근내주 마지 지기 셰나 I want to explain in English my broken English as much as possible. Naturally, my English very poor, broken English, because my teacher, my English in Lhasa, Mr. Hara, he himself, he Austrian, you see, he himself, after he reached Lhasa, he learned English. So logically, teacher like that. So his student also like that. So in any way, this my broken English quite useful since we become refugee and come India as a refugee, but at the same time, I'm the guest of Indian government. So India, at Tibet, we have 1,000 years very special relations. So Buddha Dharma come from India. And then most of Buddhist scholars of Nalanda are Indian. We are students of these scholars, like Nagarjuna, and of course the Arya Asanga, and then as Chandrakirti, Dharmakirti, Dignak. We quite, honest and also quite intelligent. After we learn Buddha Dharma, particularly through Nalanda tradition, then we also begin to examine these great Indian master, like Chandakiri himself, Kasadi, his writing, you see, at the end, he mentioned some of Indian master, such as Kasa, Bosuband, and so on. You see, in spite deep respect, you see, he refused. It's quite, remarkable. We are not just to follow faith, but investigate. So we also, you see, follow that tradition. We are follower of Nalendra master. But also, you see, we investigate. You see, their sort of theory, their teaching. It is quite, I think, quite useful. Because the Nalendra tradition, Buddhism and Sanskrit tradition, particularly Nalendra tradition, everything investigate, not just a faith. So therefore, we follow that way, investigate. So even some Nalendra master, when we find some contradiction, we have right to reject. So since we came to India as a student of a Nalendra tradition, now here in this country, free. All world, different religious traditions live together. Mutual respect. And among the scholars, you see, 1,000 years, some argument, but basically respect each other. So, I feel I very much fortunate come this country as a refugee. So completely freedom. So now, one of my friend, he described me as a Nalendra chancellor. So it seems there's some truth there. So now today's world, material highly developed, and education, according sort of material sort of thinking, highly developed. But a lot of problem we are facing. Actually, last, you see, several centuries fighting, killing. First World War, Second World War, these big nations are follower of Christianity, like that. So now we have to think how to create peaceful, happy world. Now it is no longer, you see, time thinking my nation, my continent. Now time comes, we have to think about humanity, about the whole world. peaceful world, because actually the world heavily interdependent, east, west, south, north, heavily interdependent. So now such, and then economically people say they, what is it, karsa, ka, global economy. So now such time, we have to think about 7 billion human beings as one human groups, human brothers, sisters, no longer, you see, emphasis, my nation, my continent. So we Buddhists, we always pray entire sentient being. And as far as a human being, we always pray entire human being. So we never make distinction, we and they. So now, the Nalanda tradition, we have to think about humanity. The human being or sentient being, other planet, you see, in our prayer, including these sentient beings, but practical, the sentient being on this planet. Now, we have to think about how to build happy world, happy humanity, and peaceful world. So now here, you see, there are knowledge, very useful. And my own little experience since come to India, I always talk, we are the same human being. So a lot of people, whether believer or non-believer, and believe in this religion, that religion, we all, you see, recognize my face, peace-loving person. Okay, so as my sort of effort to create happy humanity on the basis of oneness of 7 billion human beings on this planet. So now, the Ithaca, Ithaca, a small center near New York. Then right from the beginning, I suggested now this center not just carry some ritual, but should be learning center and teach those, firstly, their members and our friends. You see, now here in India, we already started in our school Buddhist logic and psychology, logic. No. You see, we should study as an academic subject, not a religious subject. We call lurik, about mind, about emotion. Then theory
Logic.
or
Study of logic.
logical approach, logical thinking. So these, although part of Buddhist tradition, but itself we should consider the academic subject. So now we have the opportunity share this knowledge originally come from Buddhist sort of tradition. But I want very much to share with humanity. And firstly, other sort of follow of other tradition. Then finally, these are as an academic subject, not a religious subject, like that. So I fully committed to that. So this small center, Karsadimini, Ithaca, eventually should be some learning center, not religious center, learning center. So they already carry some program. I'm very happy. According to my own personal experience, now last few decades, I have serious discussion with modern educationists, and including psychologists. So when we talk, then you see, they actually very much appreciate about our knowledge, about our emotion, how to keep peaceful, calm emotion, how to tackle anger. So some occasion I suggested, now these should consider academic subject, not religious subject. So now today's talk also, you see, on that principle, how to keep peace of mind. Firstly, individual. From individual, family, community, through that way, whole world. The next life or Buddhahood, these are Buddhist business, not sort of genuine, how to say, concern for humanity. So, as I mentioned earlier, in Buddhist texts, a lot of explanation about our mind, how to develop peaceful mind. So this we should take as an academic subject in order to promote secular ethics, like that. So our small city center, Ithaca, should, I think already you just start some work. So when Tibetan small temple or something, we should create impression. This is something learning center, not Buddhist center. Okay. So there are, I think, plenty of different religious tradition. So now enough. Western nation, you see, you already have Judaism, Christian, or some extent Islam, so on. So enough. So now this Tibetan Buddhist center should be learning center, not just a prayer, like that. So, these days, I sort of express, now we should not emphasize Buddhism, but about human psychology and philosophy, which very similar, quantum physics. So these are academic subjects, very useful, meantime. Not particularly religious or say concept. I fully committed to promote these sort of idea which come from Buddhism, but I take this as an academic subject. So I hope, you see, so therefore, then recent years, I'm trying to, some small Tibetan house or Tibet house, mainly academic, not religion. So I'm trying. So one small center in America now should be for education sort of center about mind, about emotion, and how to build peaceful mind. Like that. So that I want to tell you. Okay, now some questions.
Your Holiness, thank you so much for meeting with us today. My name is Priscilla. For the past 10 years, I've been studying Kala Chakra with the Namgyal monks at Dukor Choling in Ithaca. I am currently a member of the board of directors of Namgyal Monastery Institute. Now, I would like to introduce the first question. Our first question today is from BQ Pham.
Homage to Your Holiness and greeting to you. I think you remember me, Your Holiness. I am BQ Pham. I have been a liaison assistant of Namgyal Monastery, Ithaca, New York since 2011, working on behalf of the overseas Vietnamese refugees. I have been working for Tibetan causes since 1996. I live in Union City, Northern California. I am very blessed and honored to be invited to this audience with Your Holiness. Thank you for accepting my question. And the question is, Your Holiness, all your life you have been committed to the teaching of compassion toward all and the need for nonviolence. We at the Namgyal Monastery have also made this part of our message to the world. But please remind us why you have made this message so fundamental in your life's work. Thank you, Your Holiness.
Loving kindness and non-violence is the essence of all religion. And no question, Nalanda tradition. But you see, when we talking loving kindness and non-violence, not according, not talk to Buddhist. We Buddhist, these practice aiming life after life, finally Buddhahood. Now we are not talking about that. This very life, day-to-day life, we want peace of mind. Which emotion destroy peace of mind is anger, fear. So the loving kindness is the most effective factor when we face some problem, even some danger to your own life. Then it's still with firm belief, keep compassion. And particularly the people who create problem for you is actually best teacher for practice of tolerance. And without a tolerance, you cannot practice universal compassion. So therefore, one Shantadeva's book mentioned your enemy is the best teacher for your practice. So, daily practice is the entire, now at least you see, on this planet, entire humanity. And then, so including those who criticize me, who carry some sort of activities against me, these are teachers. So as soon as I wake up, I always think about bodhicitta, entire sentient being, my mother sentient being. All my life depend on them. So they are very, very kind. Not only one life, life after life. So these thinking really immense help to keep peace of mind. Meantime, inner strength. Anger brings fear. Compassion brings inner strength. So therefore, I myself, you see, as soon as wake up, I thinking about bodhicitta. That really gives me, I'll say, some inner strength and also vision. So that's main reason why I practice mainly compassion, and with that, non-violence. Anyway, practice non-violence and compassion is best way to fulfill selfish thing.
Goals. Selfish aims and goals.
So best way to keep person, happy person, peaceful person, and no matter when we face some problem, this is still you can keep peace of mind. So this practice is best way, you see, to benefit to oneself. Okay. Then as a Buddhist practitioner, this compassion combined with Paticca Samuppada, everything interdependent, interconnected. So that very, very helpful, very useful. So my daily practice, one, bodhicitta, one thinking about shunyata. So, a combination, the asanga, and karsa, these great teacher of method side. Then wisdom side, great teacher Nagarjuna, Chandrakirti, now about shunyata. These two practice, my daily practice mainly, very, very helpful, very helpful. If I, not practice these things, then according to sort of my life sort of story, whole my life, complicated life. But these situation never disturb my peace of mind. Okay.
Thank you, Your Holiness. May you have a long and healthy life. May your wishes for the libraries and the learning center in Ithaca be fulfilled.
Our next question is from Diane Brandenburg.
Good morning, Your Holiness. I am so honored to be a participant, but also saddened as it is my husband Lee has transitioned and is no longer with us. He so enjoyed his time with you from the past, and both of us were very inspired by your messages of peace, religious harmony, and compassion for others. I am a strong supporter and want to help both the residents of Tibet and those that have become refugees in any way that I can. I now support the Tibet Fund, the Campaign for Tibet, and through your sister-in-law, Rin Chen, I support a nun in the Domaling Monastery, as well as assist with some of the maintenance needs. Your Holiness, as always, to be in your presence overwhelms me at times in a good way. And I always you always touch my heart and increase what's in there to share with others. My question of you today, parts of it I believe you've already touched upon, but I'd like to ask you again. What do you hope what is your, in other words, in sharing your vision for this library, what do you hope it will bring to others? And why is this project so very important to you? And thank you, Your Holiness, for this time spent answering these questions.
Thank you. Firstly, I very much appreciate your support, your deep feeling regarding Tibetan culture, Tibetan Buddhist faith. I very much appreciate. Now, unlike when we start the Ithaca, or say the small center, then at that time, just a handful of friends. Now today, interest regarding Buddhism, mainly Buddhist psychology, Buddhist logic, and knowledge about, you see, human mind, human emotion. Now, gradually, in academic field, now more and more people, including scientists, now much eager to learn about mind, about emotion, how to tackle these. So our small center at the beginning for small group. Now this center, not just Buddhist center, but something, you see, center for academic, or say the field. So, as I already mentioned, in our school, strictly secular way, but in our school should the subject study about lyric and theory. So these not as a religious sort of thing, but knowledge about mind, about emotion. So now that small center, Ithaca, originally we just thinking for small group who really showing interest about Buddha Dharma. Now the reality in economy field, more people, you see, eager to learn. So I believe Ithaca small center just recite some puja, not like that. That a few monk and a few people who have some special connection, and including Kala Chakra, you see, they can carry. But larger sort of view, that center, not just religious practice, sort of, or say the practitioners center, but academic center. Now, our small center should pay more attention about, as I mentioned earlier, human mind, human psychology, how to build peace of mind, and how to tackle fear, anger. Now, these as an academic subject, not as a part of religious practice. I think we have some sort of potential, you see, to make some contribution, how to build peace of mind, how to control our anger, fear, like that. So the Ithaca, our small center, now eventually should be education field about how to develop peace of mind and how to tackle anger, fear, jealousy. That I want to share with you. And my own practice, as I mentioned earlier, you see, these practice of compassion, practice of shunyata, very, very helpful. You see, to keep peace of mind. Peace of mind, not just faith, but thinking way to keep peace of mind. So I may say, my face looks still like young, because my mind, my emotion quite peaceful. Almost daily life, anger almost never come. So that help to also the system of brain calm. So even not thinking for next life or Buddhahood, simply day-to-day life, happy person, peaceful person. These practice very important. So my elder brothers, sisters, other sort of brothers, sisters, also you see, simply you see how to keep peaceful mind, happy person. Okay, and with that, your daily sort of business work also can be more effective. Too much anxiety, too much anger, even your business also sometimes difficult. So therefore, according to my own experience, now altruism and things does not exist as appears, the quantum physics say. Nothing independently exists objectively. Finally, much depends on your own mental projection. So these are very useful. So according to my own experience, very useful. Therefore, now a small sort of Ithaca small center now should pay more attention, you see, firstly to Buddhist, including those practice of Kala Chakra. Then second level, as a human being, humanity, and not, how to say, believer, even non-believer. Then, you see, this small center eventually can be placed about psychology, about how to develop peace of mind, how to tackle anger, fear. So mainly academic center. I hope they are small Ithaca center. So you can different class or Buddhist class, then non-Buddhist class, or even non-believer. You see, different according different subject, different people, different subject, we can discuss. You see, that small place can be useful for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Holiness, the next question is from Cornelia and Scott Toby.
Your Holiness, thank you for sharing your thoughts today with us and for having this audience with us and your wisdom. I became a student at Namgao Institute when it originated in the small downtown house in Ithaca in the 1990s. It was founded by Sidney Pyborn and the late Venerable Pema Choygan. Later, I became a board member and was chair of the development committee to build Dukor Choling. We had outgrown the downtown house, and with encouragement from venerables such as Tenzin Tutap and Na Wang, who was the chant master at the time, and finally with the support of Your Holiness when we met you in Toronto in 2004, the project began.
We were fortunate in our lives to have the ability to donate the funds to purchase the property where Dukor Choling is located, as well as money to get the construction started. We spent several years working on the design, construction management, fundraising, as well as planning the visit of Your Holiness in 2007. It was my great honor to welcome you upon your arrival to Dukor Choling and to give you a personal tour of the construction progress at the main temple.
And now, thanks to the new board members, the venerables, the Namgyal staff, and the donors, the original vision is complete, and a new phase is beginning with the library and the learning center. And my question to you is, I believe you've actually answered this, but I will ask it anyways. There's still quite a lot of land remaining at the site of Dukor Choling. Do you have a vision for additional uses of the property that could further the preservation of Tibetan Buddhism and culture? Thank you.
As I already mentioned, the purpose of that small center, I think we should have at least 3 levels. Number 1, Buddhist, including Kala Chakra. Then second, about how to develop peace of mind. That's mainly academic. And also, you see, all major world religious tradition, you see, talking loving kindness, and all religious tradition, you see, consider anger is bad. So on that level, all different religious tradition can work together. So that center, second sort of level, promotion of religious harmony. Then third, a non-believer, including those people who even critical about religion. So including such people, they also want a peace of mind. Those people who criticize religion, they also love a nice face. So you see, the face expression, you see, shows your emotion. So therefore, the third level, non-believer, how to build peace of mind. The reason, not talking about religion, but how to bring peaceful day and night. So, my own case, night, 9 hours sleep, always, no disturbances. So, with peace of mind, it really benefit daily life, happy, and anyway, I always feel hungry. So that also is nice. And then at least 9 hours sleep. So all these connected with peace of mind. So we are talking how to create peaceful person and a happy person day and night. Okay, not talking about religion. So 3 levels. Number 1, those Buddhist is explanation about how to practice Buddhism. And the second, the religious harmony. I hope our center sometimes invite some Christian practitioner, Christian scholars, and discuss, common experience, and how to develop religious harmony. Then third, non-believer, even those anti-religious people, we can invite. What is their reason to anti-religion? No one, you see, against compassion and these scientific sort of, I say, way of thinking. Non-believer, any sensible non-believer cannot against such things. So, useful occasionally some sort of meeting, some discussion, religious harmony. Then third, as I mentioned, the secular way, how to keep peace of mind. So that small center, at the beginning, small group Buddhist. Now, unlike at that time, now more and more people, including some scientists, some academician, now showing interest. So this center should be useful to everybody like that. Should not consider this Buddhist center for only Buddhism. No. We Buddhists also human being. So we have the responsibility to help humanity. Okay, like that. Thank you.
Your Holiness, the next question is from Venerable Tik Tu Lak.
Your Holiness, how are you this morning? My name is Titulak of Compassion Meditation Center in Hayward, near San Francisco. And I am a refugee too. Thank you so much for your kindness and your teaching today. My question is, Your Holiness, I think many parents are stressed by worries about money, about health issues, and about the education of their children. What can parents do to increase the harmony of their family? Thank you.
Thank you. I want to share. We have the special brain, human brain. We have the ability to think wider perspective, not like animal. Animal, short-sighted and fight, killing. We human being, human mind, so we have the ability to think holistic and a long run. So, one family, you see, in order to develop their children, happy family, happy children. So children, basically, as soon as born, mother's loving kindness very essential. So therefore, by nature, the children, very young age, the loving kindness towards mother, towards their brother, sisters, automatically there. Now, once they join school, they're not talking about these inner value. That's, I feel, problem. So in our school, not as a religious subject, but how to keep peace of mind, how to keep peaceful family, peaceful community. Through that way, peaceful world. I think in education, we should include, you see, these sort of explanation, how to keep peace of mind, like that. That's how I feel. Okay,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Your Holiness, the next question is from Chad Meng Tan.
Hello, Your Holiness. This is Cindy. I'm Ming. I'm a former Google engineer. I'm the author of this book, which you very kindly endorsed. And thank you. And my next book is called Buddhism for All. And I hope you like the book too. And Your Holiness, my question to you is, with the pandemic going on, and with you not being able to travel, how can we, your friends and supporters, help you promote your message of compassion and the oneness of 7 billion human beings to everybody?
Now, practical level, you see, what's the international universal economy? So unlike previous centuries, now today, East, West, South, North, economically heavily interdependent. That's practical. So now, like I think China, most populated nation, India, number 2 populated nation. Traditionally, a good relation, India and China. Now in future, good relation between India and China. We both part of the world. India needs China. China needs India. That's reality. So thinking this line, now we have to think about 7 billion human beings as a oneness of human brothers, sisters. So I think Chinese case, their basic sort of ideology, socialism. Now time to come, we think about entire world as a one community and a socialist world. Like that. So
Your Holiness, sorry.
So physically, I cannot go different continent. But like this modern technology, from here, I can talk everywhere. I am very, very sort of eager to talk till my noise. Okay, no problem. And so long, you see, my smile face, I always want to show my smile face. So many people, you see, loves my face, smiling face. Okay. I think people everywhere, when they think about Dalai Lama, they always feel smiling person. So from one place, from this place, I want to share all my thinking on the basis of my own experience. Basically, we all have this seed, compassion. this now we should pay more attention how to keep a compassionate mind. Okay. So I'm totally dedicated to share with entire human brothers, sisters. Okay.
Thank you. If anything you need from us, don't be shy to ask anytime.
Thank you.
Your Holiness, the next question is from Deb Zane.
Good morning, Your Holiness. It is such an honor to be here today with you. My name is Deb Zane, and I've been a Kala Chakra student at Namgyal Monastery, Du Choling in Ithaca, New York for over 10 years. My question is, I have long admired your friendship with Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Can you share with us why this unique and beautiful friendship is important to you?
Obviously, we both human beings on this planet. So different religious tradition is personal matter. So Archbishop Desmond Tutu, I always look as a respected old spiritual friend. Since I first met, you see, we developed very special kind of sort of mutual loving. When he came to Dharamsala, the airport, I went to receive him. When he come out, the private aircraft, when we met, and I love the New Zealanders practice touch nose. This is very good, very good. So Bishop Tutu, firstly, very nice human elder brother. And second, Bishop Tutu, Christian practitioner. Wonderful, wonderful. That also shows we both, I am Buddhist, Bishop Tutu, Christian. We both common practice. Wonderful. In theory, there are differences. If may I mention here, you see, Bishop Tutu, since we become very close friend, so I invited, he come here, and we, a few days, some sort of serious discussion. Then, since we, and also here, my individual private room, some meditation, like that. So, since we have really trusted spiritual brother, so at the end, he teasing me. He believed God. So after death, he ready go to heaven. I'm, as a Buddhist, no believe God creator. So Dalai Lama go somewhere in different place. So very nice. We really love each other, respect each other. So I think our respect, firstly, as a human being. Secondly, as a spiritual brother. Oh, wonderful. And then I think thirdly, Nelson Mandela and Bishop Tutu, they also have the experience, the struggle about freedom like that. So wonderful. Thank you.
Your Holiness, the next question is from Dina Bodnar.
Your Holiness, such a deep honor to have this opportunity to meet with you. My name's Dina Bodnar. I've been a student of Namgyal Monastery for almost 20 years and a board member for 10. My question for you is, can you please advise us on how to develop true compassion and choose nonviolence in the face of conflict? Thank you.
As I already mentioned, we have this special brain about the human brain to think holistic and long-term consequences. Like other animals, tiger, no such sort of brain. So something happened, attack immediately. We have the ability to think the circumstances such, you see, it seems to see need to fight. But then as a human brain, think, if I fight, even I win today, that person also, you see, many friends like that. So, entire his friend, we cannot eliminate. So therefore, whether we like it or not, we have to live side by side together. So today is your enemy, through your practice, patience, something like that. Then after a few days, today's enemy can be best friend. So these, we human brain have the ability to thinking these lines. So we, due to some irritation, then fighting is like animal brain. We should act like human brain. Although today I have some disagreement, but if we keep friendship, then next time, today's enemy, as I mentioned earlier, best reliable your friend. So human intelligence use, then you get the feeling, compassion. With compassion, non-violence practice automatically come. So human brain, we should not act like animal, tiger, or labor, or we should utilize human brain more properly. Like that. That's how I feel. Thank you.
Your Holiness, there are two more questions. The next question is from Tom Nazario.
Hello, Your Holiness. It has been some time since we've spent some time together, and I miss you. Let me remind you of some of the things we've done together. Some time ago, I did a report for the United Nations on the treatment of Tibetan children in China, those who were crossing the Himalayas to reach your schools and to spend some time in your community there in Dharamsala. I later spoke to you, and then we invited you to come to the University of San Francisco, where you received an honorary doctoral degree. And when you gave your little speech at our church at the university, you said that too many universities spend too much money on educating the mind and not enough money and energy on educating the heart. That was something that stayed with our university president. He said you were the best visitor and teacher we've ever had at our school. Later, TC came and visited our school and did some teaching there. And I've spent some time with your brother at our university as well. But I think what you might remember most about me is the day I took you to a homeless center in San Francisco, where you had some lunch with homeless people in San Francisco, and you said you enjoyed that visit very, very much. And in fact, when we took you to the airport later, you pinched my face and slapped me. And I think that was a nice thing to do. So it's been wonderful spending time with you. You've taught me so much. I've been given a question to ask you, and to some extent you've answered some of this, but they want me to ask you about your 4 commitments and what we can do as individuals to keep those commitments alive long into the future. Thank you for spending some time.
Yes. According to reality, firstly, I'm a human being. I'm one of the 7 billion human beings. So, number one, the universal sort of compassion, sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings. I try to promote that, number one. Number two, I'm Buddhist, try to promote religious harmony. All religion, in spite of different philosophy, different concept, but all carry same message of love, forgiveness, tolerance. So my second commitment is promotion of religious harmony. The third, my commitment, I'm Tibetan. So as far as Tibetan political responsibility, I already retired. But I have full commitment, preservation of Tibetan culture, including Tibetan environment, major rivers which cover India, China, and to some extent Pakistan and Vietnam. So these big rivers all come from Tibet. So we have to take care about the Tibetan environment. Then, meantime, with that, I fully committed to educate people the Tibetan ecology. We should pay more attention about the Tibetan ecology. Also, you see, related with global
Warming. Climate change.
Climate change. Because Tibet, high altitude, some people say roof of the world. And then Tibetan knowledge, which originally come from India, and through centuries we kept, you see, these knowledge. So now today, in early period, when I came to India, you see many people say Tibetan Buddhism is Lamaism, something as a small group. Now today, many people, including scientists, now really appreciate about our knowledge. So, one, my responsibility is to keep this very, very rich tradition, including Tibetan language. All these complicated Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist logic, I found Tibetan language is the best language to explain these complicated subjects. So, one, my commitment regarding Tibet to preserve Tibetan language or knowledge.
Revival of ancient Indian wisdom. Revival ancient Indian tradition.
Ancient Indian knowledge. Revival. Then fourth, environment.
Revival of ancient Indian knowledge.
Yes, fourth, the knowledge which we learned from India. Now modern India not much pay attention. Now time come with modern education and ancient Indian knowledge which we kept. These I really feel combined. In India, in previous century, Mahatma Gandhi ji, you see, carry the 1,000-year-old India's tradition, non-violence, ahimsa. Now time come, India should pay more attention about how to develop inner peace. As Indians say, karuna, karuna. So that's my fourth commitment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Holiness, this is the last question. It's from Maisie Wildermuth.
Morning, Your Holiness. It's such an honor to be able to meet with you today. My name is Maisie Wildermuth, and I work for the Forgotten International Foundation in San Francisco. My question for you today is, this summer, we have seen many natural disasters such as floods, wildfires, droughts, and the COVID-19 pandemic. How can we best encourage the community where we live and our government leadership to prioritize good care of the environment?
Right. Now weather condition, some area too much water, some area too dry and fire. So now we have to think, firstly, the environment. Is some connection about the fire, flood. So, and then I think in this connection, now we already have, this is some technology method, you see, not use coals or oil, but use nature resources. Wind.
Solar energy, wind energy.
Solar
energy, wind energy.
Wind energy and solar energy. Now we must promote these methods I think we can consider these are peaceful and very easy to build more windmill, and then or solar use solar energy. So we pay more attention about nature resources. So I think firstly, public level, more sort of education, these fields, then we are democratic country, so we can influence the leaders like that. Okay.
Your Holiness, there are just a few people who would like to say hello. First, the Venerable Thich Dam Nhat and Venerable Thich Duc Hoa, Bill Brandenburg, and Nawang Dundrup. And now, Venerable Chosangla, President of Namgyal Monastery Institute, will make some closing remarks. Chosangla, unmute your microphone, please.
Your Holiness, I would like to thank you for meeting with us today and sharing your vision of how the library and learning center will benefit countless people for generations to come. We thank you for sharing your insight into the many problems that face us today. By your kind words, we are inspired to find new ways to live peacefully with our families and communities. May your teachings spread to everyone, every sentient being now and in the future without exception. I would like to thank the donors who are gathered here for supporting the Library and Learning Center project, inspired by His Holiness' vision of more peaceful and harmonious planet. You have donated your financial resources, your time, and your energy. With your help, the project is moving ahead, and we expect to see tangible results next year. I would also like to thank the venerable monks and nuns who support this project. The Namji monks in Dharamsala, in Ithaca, New York, and California. The monks of the Compassion Temple in Hayward, California, and the nuns of Dukpin Temple in San Jose, California. Our thanks go out to the communities that support our ongoing efforts. The Vietnamese community in California, the Tibetan community in Ithaca, New York, and in particular our translators and liaison officers. Finally, I would like to thank the administrative and technical staff in Dharamsala for making this meeting possible, as well as our administrative staff and board of directors here in Ithaca for their ongoing work in support of the Library and Learning Center. I also offer a special thanks to Tom Nazario, who has offered us his fundraising expertise and energy in support of this project. May our efforts on behalf of the Library and Learning Center bring great benefit to countless sentient beings for generations to come, and may the center continuously increase the peace and harmony of the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. See you again.
Thank you.
Mm.